Welcome to another edition of High School Rewind, available only on Xfinity On Demand. We are at the Riverton Holiday Tournament for semifinal action between the Timpview Thunderbirds and the Kearns Cougars. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you tonight's game. And, well, we've got a good one between a couple teams that lost early on in the state playoffs last season, but they have yet to lose in this tournament here today as they have found their way to the semifinals. We will start first with the designated away team, the Kearns Cougars. And this is a team that had a good season last year, but they're off to a strong start here in the 2014 basketball season, already off to a 5-2 start out of the gate. In this tournament, they've defeated Skyline and Layton. That Layton win, that's a really nice one over a very talented Lancer squad that figures to be a tough out in Region 1. The Kearns Cougars coming in with a 63-58 victory in that one. It was DeCarrion Vines who led the way, 17 points for him. Meanwhile, Bushman Ebert, he had 15, very balanced scoring for the Cougars in that one. And those two of the top three for the Cougars. The other name that we will call a lot here today is a familiar one. He played for the West Panthers last year, and that, of course, being Sunday Oda. He comes into tonight's game averaging over 13 points a game and 6 boards. This is a very athletic team that the Cougars have, and their defense has really led the way for them this season and in this very tournament. We'll switch now and talk about the other bench, that being the Timpview Thunderbirds, and they come in as well having a very impressive season. They are 7-3 overall coming in, and they had a very impressive showing down in Las Vegas at the Tarkanian Classic. They've won 7 of their last 8, and that one loss in that 8-game span came down in that Vegas tournament. Coming into tonight's game, the semifinal match, they've defeated the Jordan Beat Diggers and the Juan Diego Soaring Eagle coming in to this semifinal game, and it's been balanced scoring for Timpview as well. Leading the way for them has been Gavin Baxter. In fact, in that victory over Juan Diego, he's coming off an 18-10 performance, a double-double for Baxter down low. And then a couple of familiar names for Timpview fans as Gabe Reed, the fantastic defensive lineman, second on the team in scoring here this season. He's averaging 11 points per game, nearly 5 boards per. And then Riley Corbin also averaging double figures with 10 points per game. Another name that, well, we're excited to see here tonight is the fantastic quarterback from the state champion Timpview Thunderbirds, Britton Covey, who runs the point for the blue and orange. It's going to be a good team. Both these two stack up very similarly statistically, though one of them look to continue their winning ways here in this holiday tournament with a big semifinal game right here. The winner advances to the championship, while the loser will play for third place. And with that introduction now, we're going to send you down to the floor for the opening tip. Ready to start this semifinal match between the T-Birds donning the home white and the Kearns Cougars in the road greens. It's going to be Sunday Oda for Kearns. Tipping against Baxter, and Baxter, the sophomore, able to gain the possession for Timpview underneath, and that one just rimmed out for Gabe Reed. Talked about him, 6'2 junior. A little bit in our open. Missed his first shot. Nice drive put on this time. Kicked out. Three-pointer on the way from Zapeta. That one rimmed out as well. Both rims treating shooters similarly here in the first 30 seconds. Up the floor quickly. And here's a jumper on the way. Back of the iron from Riley Corbin. That shot missed. This is Sunday Oda now. Talk about him in the open. He's looking to drive. That ball tipped out of bounds, and possession will stay here with Kearns. Bushman Ebert to inbound, throws it up top with Taylor Martelise. He's going to initiate his dribble. It was being defended by Corbin. Oda with it now. And back to Martelise. Making a cut to the hoop was Ebert. Now this is DeCarrion Vines, of course, led the team in scoring. Nice baseline drive, kicked out. Oda pump fake the 3. Now 3 coming from Martelise. That shot no good. Tipped up, and Sunday Oda comes down with the board. Now the drive, and he gets fouled, and going to the line will be Sunday Oda to shoot 2. First foul on Luke Sagers for Timpview as Oda missed his first free throw. Second free throw, no good either. This ball bouncing around before being brought in by Corbin. Minute and a half in, still no scores. Britton Covey now will bring the ball up the floor for Timpview, and not the tallest player on the court, but maybe the quickest, as we've got a foul here underneath called on Ebert. Covey to inbound, goes up top. That ball stolen. Nice play by Martelis. Now he's going to try to lead the break for Kearns. That one was too hard. Now going the other way, up ahead to Gabe Reed, who will lay it in. And the first points of the game, nearly 2 minutes in, come from Gabe Reed as the T-Birds out in front here, 2-0. In the corner now with Vines, kicks it out. Vines gonna try the three-pointer. That one's good for Dakarian Vines. The 6'3" senior forward. Talk about had a nice game against Layton, scoring 17, averaging over 16 a game, coming in his first 3 of the ball game. Now back up top. Baxter tried to give underneath to Covey. That one turned over. Bushman-Ebert will bring the ball across the timeline, being picked up near the midcourt line by Sagers. Good perimeter ball movement, is now putting it on the floor as Martelis gives it off to Oda. Oda looking to drive against Baxter. That one knocked out, and it will be turned over to Timpview. To our score here early on in the first quarter of semi-final match here of the Riverton Holiday Classic. A three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by Sunday Oda as it was Sagers who tried from straight away. Missed that one off to the right. Now here's Ebert with the drive. Boy, what a nice strong take by the junior guard, Bushman-Ebert. Able to lay it in. Kearns now with a 5-2 lead as Covey passes it off. That ball nearly stolen by Ebert. Able to track it down was Sagers. Now in the corner with Reed. Back up with Sagers. Here's Covey. That drive shut off by Oda on the help D. Three-pointer from Gabe Reed is good. Knotted up at 5 apiece. Reed has all 5 for the Thunderbirds. Nice 3 there for the 6'2" forward, Gabe Reed, showing he has some distance to his shot. Another drive by Ebert, finds Oda underneath, able to lay it in underneath that zone D. Midway through the first quarter, and it took a while to get going, but now the scoring picking up as it's 7-2. Advantage to the Cougars is Gabe Reed with the baseline moves, though he left that shot short. And now Martelis brings it up the other way. Boy, that's a threaded pass, able to find its destination in Zapeta. Now kicked outside. Vines, that three-pointer skimmed across the rim and out, and then tapped out off of Oda. Substitution for Timpview as Dave Wright has checked in for Sagers. Covey with it. He's going to try to take advantage of the drive. No shot, as fouled on the floor by Zapeta. Reed in the corner. It's Ebert guarding him. Zone D from Kearns. That time finding some space right in the gap was Wright, though he missed the 15-footer. Oda. Near side with Ebert now as he dribbles to around midcourt. Guarding him is Dave Wright. Right now, Kearns playing away from the hoop. Timpview pushing him outside a little bit. Here's Vines using the screen set by Zapeta. And the drive by Vines. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. It was the first foul called on Gabe Reed. Meanwhile, Dakarian Vines made his first free throw. Second free throw, good as well. 9-5 the lead here. Advantage to the Cougars. Been a little bit of a game of small runs as Kearns fell down early, scored 5 straight. Then Timpview able to answer. Now 4 straight for Kearns as this ball pushed up. Vines was trying to go across to Ebert. Out, Oda couldn't get there to save it. Finish off that last thought. This entire run has been a 9-3 run for the Kearns Cougars. Here's a three-pointer on the way from Covey, and Britton Covey gets on the board with a three-pointer. 9-8 now, the advantage for Kearns. Covey, second on the team in scoring right now, though that was certainly not the case the football season for the Thunderbirds as he led them to the state title, had an absolutely fantastic year. It's the quarterback for the Thunderbirds. This is a drive here by Marteles, and he is fouled. He'll head to the line for two. That was the first foul called on Wright. Meanwhile, Marteles at the line. Makes both free throws. Checking in for the first time tonight, Mikkel Haley for Kearns. As we are under 2 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. This is Wright with it in the corner, being guarded by Marteles. Up top with Reed looking inside, and this is their main man. Baxter kicks outside for a three from Wright. Dave Wright dials one up from distance, and we're knotted up at 11 apiece. Spin the long ball as Reed, Covey, and now Wright have all cashed in on triples. Here's a drive, kicked outside to Cepeda. And that pass a little behind Oda and turned over. Covey with it near side. Another three-pointer coming for Timpview. Back of the iron, rebounded by Ebet. There's now Haley with it. Quickly, Oda trying to establish some positioning down low on Baxter. Now he has it in the corner. Baseline drive from Sunday Oda, and a blocking call on the baseline as Oda will head to the line to shoot two. First foul on Britton Covey as Oda at the line for two, makes both of them. 13-11, advantage to the Cougars as we've got 38 seconds left here in the first. Good take by Oda, drawing the blocking call. Nice job by Baxter underneath, able to seal off, and then the foul called on Oda on the floor. First foul on Oda. This ball lofted into Baxter, turns around with it, that rims out, gets his own board, and then his foul, and heading to the line will be Gavin Baxter to shoot two. First foul on Marteles as checking back into this game is Sagers. Meanwhile, at the line, Baxter goes one of two. Rebounded by Kearns, who has a 1-point lead here as Marteles holds a little bit. Now up to Ebet. Near side now to Haley. Down to 10 seconds left for Oda near side. Ebet up top. Gonna look to drive, kicks outside. Oda for three. That shot was blocked by Baxter. Oda gets it back, shoots it back up. No good. And the first quarter horn has sounded. 13-12, advantage to the Cougars. Kearns will start this second quarter with possession and a 1-point lead over Timpview. Marteles using the screen set by Quadgen, and that was an illegal screen. Bly Quadgen, the 6'4" junior forward for Kearns, has checked in, and that was his first action, and first foul is underneath. Bollinger kicked out, and that three-pointer is good for Timpview. And it's Gavin Baxter, the fourth different Thunderbird to hit a three-pointer. We haven't even played 9 minutes yet, and it is a 15-13 lead. How about DeCarrion Vines able to answer the three from Baxter? 16-15. It was a dry first couple minutes at the well. Since then, scoring has become prominent inside to Bollinger. That shot no good, rebounded by Vines, who absolutely soared and then goes behind the back. Not many times you beat Covey with quickness. That time Vines did it. As Oda now will dribble it back out. Over to Quadgen. Back with Vines now, being guarded by A.J. Bollinger. Vines for three. Boy, he just says, you can't stop that one. That's a beautiful shot with a hand in the face. DeCarrion Vines, he is having a really nice game here early on. Crossed over by Covey. Now the drive by Wright. Count the bucket and the foul. Dave Wright to the line to shoot one. Trying to complete the three-point play, and that one rims in for Wright. 19-18, the Kearns advantage now is near side with Haley. Quadgen with it. Over to Ebet. Ebet looking to drive. Couple T-Birds there, able to kick out. And boy, what a nice discipline that time by Martelis. This three-pointer coming from Quadgen, no good. Rebounded by Haley, and the Kearns possession stays alive. Wanted to give props to Martelis as he had that drive. The shot was absolutely defended, able to kick it out. Get another look for the Cougars offense, and Kearns right now playing very, very well. Martelis, top of the key. Martelis, foot was on the line. Well, they said it was a three as that ball tipped out by Reed, and over the back call on Reed as he was going over Quadgen to get it. Second foul on Gabe Reed, though he is still in this ball game. In the corner now with Vines being guarded by Reed as he dribbles out. Carrion Vines, one of the better players you may not know about. Already impressed with him here just 10 minutes into this ball game as that corner three is missed and rebounded by Baxter. Now bringing the ball up will be Sagers as Timpview gets into their set. Inside with Reed, working against Vines. Kicked out. Now this is Riley Corbin, corner three coming, and Gavin Baxter with his second three-pointer of this ball game. Timpview up in front now, 21-19. Boy, the 6'6" sophomore, Gavin Baxter, he is playing well here early. Leads the team in scoring and has shown that he has that range to his shot. That makes him a very tough player to guard. Speaking of tough players to guard, Carrion Vines continues his stellar night. This ball up the floor quickly. Three-pointer coming from Dave Wright. You got to get back if you're Kearns. They don't. And Wright makes them pay. 24-21 now. Timpview. As Sagers came back to put a little bit of a press on. Kearns able to get it inbounded. Is approaching the midway point, and Kearns is going to call a timeout. Out of the timeout, see what Coach Cosby's drawn up for the Cougars, who have had a lead for a majority of this contest. That ball turned over to Dave Wright, going to go down, lay this one in. And the Timpview lead now the largest of the game, though it's only 5, as neither of these two teams have really gone away. 26-21 as we now officially hit the midway point of this second half. Ebet on the drive, floats that one up, no good. Vines is going for the dunk, and he's going to be called for a technical here. And they're going to say he hung on the rim as he was trying to dunk it. Both free throws good for Wright on his trip to the line. It's 28-21 as Timpview still with possession after the technical foul. It was just the first foul on Vines. Now Baxter trying to work the post. And then an offensive foul called on Gavin Baxter. I'm sorry, I misread the official's hand gesture. It was first foul on Gavin Baxter. Zepeda brought it up the floor. Ebet picked up his dribble, able to pass out of it. Zepeda here. Trying to shake this pesky Timpview D. Here's Ebet, lofts that one up, left it hard, tipped over to Corbin, who's able to chase it down for Timpview. Now ball quickly up the floor. Nice pump fake that time, drive to the hoop. No good, but there for the putback is Gavin Baxter. Was able to get the dunk and the bucket for Timpview. It has been a flat-out impressive quarter for the Thunderbirds, and a nice run over the last couple minutes as they now lead 30-21. It's the points now mounting in buckets. That ball deflected, though able to be tracked down and then handed off to Odo, but he was out of bounds and turned back over to Timpview. That ball, dangerous pass, intercepted by Ebet, who goes and throws it down for Kearns. That'll get the Cougar faithful on their feet here, ending what was a big run for Timpview, 30-23 now. The advantage is Baxter looking to drive, passes out. Now on the drive and turning that one over was Sagers. Here's Ebet, up ahead, that ball deflected out of bounds off of Timpview. Will stay here with Kearns. Reed checks in for Timpview, as does Marteles for Kearns. Oda with it in the corner now with Vines. Ebet, nice find, back to Vines, who filled the lane but missed his shot, got his own board, then that shot blocked. Eventually coming out with it is Reed. I want to say it was Corbin who got the block, but not exactly sure that's who. Corner three on the way, that one missed as Ebet able to pick it up, brings it up the floor. Gets it to Oda, a host of T-Birds back, and Oda will just dribble it out. Now here's Haley with it, using the screen. What a nice job rolling away, though Vines missed it. And then that ball knocked out off of Vines and back to Timpview. Tanner Westenskow had gone to check in, but he wasn't written in the book, so a technical foul is going 1 of 2 at the line for Timpview. Makes the score 31-23, still T-Bird ball. In the corner, three-pointer from right, no good, and rebounded by Vines. Able to avoid more damage done. As underneath is Ebet. Boy, how about that athletic shot? Though he shot it hard, this ball is rebounded by Devin Kafusi, the 6'6 junior. Up the floor quickly to Corbin now as he was picked up by Westenskow. Boy, I thought he was going to shoot the three. Instead, a better decision. He goes to Baxter, who uses glass, and Gavin Baxter has had a strong second quarter and been a key cog for this big advantage that Timpview has established. Vines trying to answer with a three. He gets the friendly roll and does, and that's a big shot as the lead was 10. It's down to 7 now with 30 seconds left here in the first half. 33-26 advantage to the blue and orange Timpview Thunderbirds. Covey looking to hold near midcourt. Kearns happy to let him do so at this point. As when he dribbles it up, it will be Marteles who will guard him. As we're down to 10 seconds left. Covey looking to drive. That one poked away by Marteles. Ball on the floor, able to get it in the corner for three from Corbin. That shot missed everything. Ball is loose on the ground. Westenskow jumps on it, and that will take us to the locker rooms at the half. Timpview, a strong second quarter. They've established a 33-26 lead at the break. Start of the second half, and mentioned that second quarter awfully friendly to the T-Birds. It was a 21-13 scoring advantage that helped them have this 7-point lead coming out to start the second half as Baxter kicks us out, pump fake by Corbin. I thought he got fouled as Covey able to clean things up offensively for Timpview. Kearns quickly up the floor now with Ebet. Nice crossover, is trying to go inside to Oda. As that ball's going to roll out, no foul called. Ball goes to Timpview. Covey now brings the ball up here for Timpview, having a 9-point lead here. Up top, another three from Corbin, back of the iron. Ebet able to track that down, though couldn't bring it in. Covey dishes underneath the Baxter. That shot was blocked, but he got fouled. And Gavin Baxter will go to the line to shoot two. Baxter missed his first free throws. The second foul on Sunday Oda. Second free throw good there. Back to a 10-point lead. This ties the largest lead of the game for the T-Birds. Up top now with Zapata. Oda over to Vines. Vines has had a really nice ball game. Got called for that technical of hanging on the rim. So now a step back jumper taken and missed. But will stay here with the Cougars underneath their own basket. Ball inbounded to Marteles. His baseline closed off. The little step back is no good as he was able to create a little bit of room against Corbin. Now Timpview up with it quickly. Baxter trying for his third triple of the game. No good. Rebounded by Vines. Ebet hands back off. Cutting through the key was Oda, instead going back up top with Marteles as Kearns tries to set things up. Ebet gonna fire the three, and that one's good for Bushman Ebet. He had a really nice game against Layton. Been a little quiet offensively for Kearns as a lot of those shots have struggled for the Cougars, including a few up close. Another three taken by Timpview. That one, wow, died on the back of the rim and had the friendly roll for Sagers as he dials up a triple. Boy, really nice drive put on that time, though. It just rolls off. It was a good move by Zapeta. Just came off. Rebounded by Timpview. Covey kicks outside. Corner three. Riley Corbin. Another three-pointer. And right now, a little bit of the air going out of the room for the Cougars as they now trail by 13, their largest deficit. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Cosby. Taylor Marteles, a sophomore guard with it. Boy, nice find underneath, though Oda couldn't control it. That's turned over to Timpview. Now a little bit of full court pressure put on by the Cougars. Timpview able to break it pretty easily. Over to Sagers for three. Well, that was Corbin. It was Sagers as the trio shooting Thunderbirds just continue. It's been more than a trio of them. All sorts of long distance points coming. That one thrown up. This is a foul on the floor on Covey. Vines inbounds this to Quadgen. Missed the shot. Vines was scrapping for the board, though Baxter comes away with it. Covey using that quarterback arm, kicked out. Baxter now going to put it on the floor with the drive. Going up, no good. He got fouled. To the line to shoot two, heads Gavin Baxter. Third foul on Oda as Baxter at the line. Missed his first, but the second there was good. 46-29. It's a 13-3 run for Timpview here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter as Vines dials one up from long range, and the Carrion Vines continues his outstanding game here for the Cougars. This ball thrown back up to Reed, who goes up. He was fouled on the drive by Quadgen, and Gabe Reed heads to the line to shoot two. Reed missed his first free throw. Second attempt. That one's good. Mentioned Reed. He was a stellar defensive player for the Thunderbirds on the football team this year. 79 tackles, 15 and a half sacks. He was good for second on the team behind Isaiah Nakua, As this drive was hampered by a foul. Oda will head to the line to shoot two. First free throw from Oda was good, as is the second. Wright is checked in for Timpview as he has it now, trying to get the ball up the floor and pass this full court D of the Cougars. Wright with it in the corner. Up top to Reed. 47-34, the Timpview advantage. Screen set by Baxter. Covey gets the switch, now working against Quadgen. And that pass was thrown nowhere as Vines coming down the other way, attacks the hoop, and the Carrion Vines able to lay that one in for the Cougars. Right now, possession at a time for Kearns. Now this is Wright with it, able to hand off. That will stay here with Timpview as knocking it out was Oda. This ball inbounded in the corner with Corbin. Up top with Reed. He has a little distance, so he's going to fire away. And Gabe Reed, unofficially his second three-pointer of the evening. And right now the tally marks are adding up for a number of these T-Birds. Vines kicks this out to Ebet. 50-36. Ebet looking to drive. Now he will pull up. That's a nice Pullback move, though, couldn't get the jumper to fall. And the 5'9" Covey able to bring in the ball. Trying to work the post as Baxter. That ball got tipped, and then a call on Oda has basically hip checked him. And a tough call right there for the Cougars. Inbounded up top, three-pointer comes off. No good, and the ball goes back to the green and white. Oda had picked up his 4th foul, so he comes out of the game as Weston Scow checks back in for Kearns. Boy, nice spin move in the lanes. That shot wouldn't fall for Haley as he got fouled. 3rd foul on Covey as this foul was on the floors. Hence Kearns with the ball out, but couldn't keep it in. Turned over to Timpview. Two minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Timpview continuing to expand their lead. Struggled in that 1st quarter, but since then have caught fire from beyond the arc, and there's been points in bunches for the T-Birds. Reed with it. Has Vines all over him. Trying to work against him. Going to drive. That shot blocked by Weston Scow. Tried to save it, but foot was on the line. But a nice play made by the senior guard. Inbounded up top to Dave Wright. Now Riley Corbin with it. Bit of a zone defense here for the Cougars. Excuse me. Actually, a bit of a man. Cross-court pass. Now going underneath the Baxter. Boy, he got great positioning behind Quadgen, who was underneath, had his back turned, and Baxter able to lay it in. This ball kicked out to Weston Scow, takes the dribble, now hands back off to Haley. Dribbles it up. Haley looking to drive. Reed established, and a charge. That's a nice job by Gabe Reed stepping in and picking up the foul. First foul on Haley. As he comes off, and Zepeda checks back in for Kearns. Covey in the corner. Another three-pointer for Corbin. That one rims off. Zepeda able to push it up the floor now to Weston Scow. He goes after Covey, and another offensive foul, this time on Weston Scow. Back-to-back charges for the Cougars, who trail 30 seconds left here in the third. 52-36 is going up. That shot blocked as it was Dave Wright trying to attack the basket, but Bly Quadgen able to get the deflection. Now a three-pointer. That one's good for Alex Zepeda. Comes up, Covey able to dribble past him, and he's a tough one to keep your eye on. You saw that speed, able to run right past the Cougars. Now this is Riley Corbin who kicks out. Baxter, boy, that's a beautiful job right there as Baxter picks up the cheapo foul on the board, as it was DeCarrion Vines able to rebound it. 4 seconds left here in the third as Zepeda up quickly. Vines has to shoot, gets it off, and that one's no good. Third quarter horn sounds. Timpview extends their lead 52-39 as we head to the fourth. Start of the fourth as Ebet brings the ball up. Boy, that's a beautifully threaded pass to Vines, who's able to lay it in. And got a little bit of a switch, able to pass it right between the T-Bird defenders. And right now, you need a little bit of emotion in this game for the Cougars, who now trail by 11. Certainly hasn't felt that close in a while, as Timpview's seemingly been able to put up points whenever they've wanted. Needing some defensive stands now are the Cougars. This one poked away from behind, but ends up with Baxter. Boy, you couldn't draw that play up, though he's not able to finish the play. Now Zepeda back the other way for Kearns. Up top now to Bushman Ebet. Kicks out, three-pointer on the way. That one is good from Taylor Marteles. And look out. The lead's down to 8. As we mentioned, it hasn't seemed this close in quite a while. Timpview had a double-digit lead for most of that third. Covey Boy, just so hard to stop, and there are a bunch of defenses from the 4A football season who will vow to that one. Is Covey able to get to the hoop and lay it in? Lead is back to double digits as this is poked out by Corbin. Screen from Vines. Ebet again underneath. Vines tried to pass it over to Quadgen. Instead, the foul on the floor for Timpview. This ball inbounded to Ebet. Being guarded by Wright, trying to go in the post of Vines. He has to dribble out. Now he's going to shoot the three to Carrion Vines. He has had that long-range shot all night. His fourth or fifth three-pointer in this game. Pulls Kearns back to within 7. Again, possession at a time if you're Kearns. Up top now with Corbin. Dribbles out of the pressure. He's going to pull up the jumper. That one front of the iron. Rebounded by Reed. An offensive foul on Gabe Reed underneath. Ebet brings the ball up the floors. Sunday Oda heads to the center table, getting ready to check in on the next whistle. This ball over to Martelis. Now Vines tried for back-to-back threes, though that one rimmed out, rebounded by Reed. Now Luke Sagers brings the ball up. Pair of 12s there. As Reed, Baxter trying to establish positioning down low. Nice job that time by Martelis, able to knock it away. In the corner, that's a beautiful cut and find. They're now trapped underneath with Sagers, able to pass out. And that's just a tough pass. Baxter trying to save it. And then Oda tried to save it. It will be out off of Kearns. This ball thrown up top to Reed. As we approach the 5-minute mark here in the fourth. Reed just going to drive and take it to the hoop. Saw some space. He knew what to do with that one. Lays it in. The lead back up to 9 now for Timpview. Oda, boy, nice hesitation. Drives, count the bucket, and the foul. This might be on Reed. It was on Reed. That is his fourth foul as Oda tries to cap off the three-point play. Missed it, but got his own rebound. How about that? Note to Timpview, that was a live free throw. Now Oda trying for the three, and Sunday Oda, a 4-point play, and he pulls the Cougars back to within 4. 56-52. And now Sager is able to dribble out of the double team. Reed underneath, all alone is Kafusi, and he missed the lay-in. Sunday Oda with the board as he brings the ball up the floor. Baseline drive by Ebet. Popped outside. Now the carrying Vines inside. Scoops that one in. Count the bucket for the carrying Vines. 56-54. 4 minutes left. And a timeout going to be taken by Timpview. What a run by the Cougars to draw within 2. A 15-4 run for the Cougars in the first 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter has pulled them back to within 2. As Timpview able to break the press, and some good passing leads to a Dave Wright lay-in. And that's a dangerous pass. Gabe Reed able to pick that one off, goes the other way and lays it in. Gabe Reed knows how to gather turnovers. He did so there. 60-54. Advantage for the T-Birds as we are now midway through the fourth quarter. It's been a scrappy effort by the Cougars, able to claw back from what was a big deficit coming into this fourth quarter. As Oda missed that lay-in. But a goaltending as Baxter, I believe he hit the net. So the points awarded to Kearns. So the deficit back to 4 for the Cougars as Covey brings this ball up. Reed looking to set the screen. Covey goes the other way, trying to lay it in. That one hard off the glass. Baxter there to clean it up. That's the advantage of having 6'6" on your baseline is Gavin Baxter able to pick up the Covey miss. Now Oda, he's going to look to drive. Had that one deflected. Timpview fans wanted to travel. No call. Vines going baseline. Missed it. Now Oda with it. Kicks outside. Ebet now. Back to Oda. He's going to fire the three. That one missed everything. Kearns now going to call off the dogs and let Timpview bring this ball up. Covey being guarded by Zepeda. Over to Reed. He's going to try for the three. Gabe Reed! Boy, he has been a player in this fourth quarter. He had the turnover that he cashed in for a lay-in. That big three-pointer, I think it's his third, is Vines able to answer. And tell you what, if you have not seen DeCarrion Vines, you are in for a treat tonight, as he has looked to be one of the better pure shooters in 4A just by his display tonight. Again, he's got at least 5 of those. A foul here on the floor. It will be Timpview ball underneath. Covey shooting the 1-and-1, made the front end. He's awarded a second free throw. It's right here for your viewing pleasure. Good as well. 67-59, a lead that was as little as 2 and as big as 14 in this fourth quarter. Now stands at 8 for the T-Birds. There's a 3 on the way from Zepeda. That shot no good. Trying to tap it in was Ebet, but he was over the back and gets called for the foul. To the line goes Timpview. Dave Wright made the front end of the 1-and-1. Second shot. That one rims in. Friendly bounce. It's 2:14 left. The lead back up to 10. Kearns had whittled it down to 2. So now this is Martelly's with it. Passed off to Darian Brown. It's number 15. Here's the drive by Ebet. Picked up his dribble, passes out. Now DeCarrion Vines with it. Steps back. Well, that's a tough three-pointer. Missed that one. The distance was right, though missed it off. And Wright picked up the board. Now up ahead to Reed. Trying to ward off Cougars, and he is fouled in the process by Ebet. Wright shooting 1-and-1. The front end hits the front end. Rebounded by Vines. So 69-59, still the Timpview advantage is this drive and a travel. As I believe it was Corbin who got a paw in there, and Sunday Oda called for the travel. Minute 40 left as Timpview looks to be on their way to the championship game of this Riverton Holiday Tournament. And a reach here going to be called on Vines as Gabe Reed will head to the line to shoot 2. Reed able to make his first free throw. We'll show you his second attempt here. That one no good. Rebounded by Oda. Up to Ebet. And a timeout here with 1:25 left. 70-59, Timpview out in front. Brown to inbound, does so to Martelly's. Ebet with it, looking to drive. Covey, boy, good defense there as Martelly's now going to fire the 3. That one was left short, and the rebound bounces to Baxter before he is fouled. Baxter missed his first free throw. Second free throw is good. Brown being guarded by Corbin. Now this is Martelly. He is fouled on the drive by Covey. Martelly's made his first free throw. He's awarded a second. It is no good. Rebounded by Baxter and then fouled by Martelly's. First free throw from Baxter was good. Second attempt, good as well. Haven't had time to mention Britton Covey. That foul on him 2 possessions ago was his 5th, so he is fouled out. Seth Santiago is checked in for Timpview as we are under a minute left to play. 73-60. Timpview out in front as Oda fires the 3. That one no good. Tipped out by Brown and goes back to the T-Birds. Kearns extending their pressure here, is trying to get through it as Corbin. Other side with Reed. Reed was instrumental when Kearns was making that push. Certainly a candidate for player of the game as he was absolutely fantastic in the 4th. Has it now. Going underneath the Baxter. He throws it down for the exclamation point for the T-Birds. Here's Ebet looking to drive behind the back. Got a man in the air. Tried to draw the foul, but no call coming. As Ebet able to lay it in. Clock down to 5. Inbounded to Baxter. He's going to hold it. And that'll do it. The T-Birds are heading to the championship of the Riverton Holiday Classic with a 75-62 victory over the Kearns Cougars. Again, our final score from our first semifinal here at the Riverton Holiday Classic, the Timpview Thunderbirds have defeated the Kearns Cougars 75-62, and this was a really intriguing game as Kearns got off to a small lead in that first quarter, but up and down action and had an advantage after one, albeit it was a small one. In the second and third, it would be the Timpview Thunderbirds who just extended their lead, and much like they've done, well, they did in the quarterfinal against Juan Diego, had a double-digit scoring advantage in those middle quarters. They did so here again as the three ball was very kind to the T-Birds, able to dial several up from long distances. Wright, Corbin, a number of shooters got in on it for the T-Birds, and my apologies, as really everybody was hitting them, able to get to a 13-point advantage heading into the fourth quarter. That was when the Kearns Cougars decided they'd had enough. A nice run in the first 4 minutes of that ball game to get back to within two, and it was DeCarrion Vines who had an absolutely fantastic game shooting the ball for the Kearns Cougars. He is one that should officially be on the radar of 4A as an absolutely phenomenal shooter and displayed it here tonight. Also, Sunday Oda had a really nice game today. Had a 4-point play at one point that really helped Kearns get back in this game, but in the end, Gabe Reed had a huge play, the steal near midcourt he was able to lay in, and then a big three-pointer just seconds later, able to get that lead back up for the T-Birds, and they would be able to extend that back to 13, which was the original lead heading into the fourth, able to finish the game strongly, and that's one of the advantages of playing the tough non-conference or non-region schedule like the T-Birds have done at PrepShoe for these types of finishes, and they certainly looked prepared in this one. A nice finish for the T-Birds, who are headed to the championship game where they will face the winner of Riverton and Morgan. That game also will be available on High School Rewind, but they will face the winner of that for the championship here in this Riverton Holiday Tournament as they improve to 8-3 here in the early portions of their 2014 season. Meanwhile, for the Kearns Cougars, it was a nice effort there late, but they fell short in this one. They will advance to the third place game to play the loser of that Riverton-Morgan game as they try to finish off this tournament on a positive note with region play coming up just around the corner. But that being said, again, the final score, it is the T-Birds who are victorious over the Cougars 75-62. And that's going to do it for our coverage here of the first semifinal of the Riverton Holiday Classic. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us on High School Rewind. We'll see you next time.